Hello, my name is Anna Pak-Burda, and I'm Head of Business Development for iQiyi International. And today, it's my honor and my pleasure to present to you SaaS platform, which is a new revenue stream of iQiyi International, and we are also a proud partner of Huawei in this project. So first of all, in case you haven't seen our product, I will tell you everything about iQiyi. So iQiyi is a Chinese leading streaming entertainment service. We have been on the market since 2010, and in 2019, iQiyi launched its international business. iQiyi is listed on NASDAQ, and we have been, a successful international business for almost 2 years right now. In China, though, we are the biggest streaming service, and we have more than 107 million paid subscribers. And from the very beginning, we paid a lot of attention to our technology. And I think it's very important to highlight it from the very beginning. And iQiyi is all about the Asian content. We bring the best of it to the world. So we are the success story ourselves. Because in China, as I said, we are a very significant business. We hold a very big number of monthly active users, more than 600, and also we deal with a very high volume of daily viewing time. So when people ask us about the success case, we are the success case ourselves, because we have been running this business for 11 years now. We have just celebrated our 11th birthday, and because we know how to be scalable. Internationally, we are present everywhere. You can download our app everywhere in the world, in Europe, in Australia, in the US. Our international headquarters are situated in Singapore, and we opened our doors only in December last year. And we're still hiring, but we have already a great team in place. We have hired the biggest talents on the market. We also have offices in other Asian countries, such as Jakarta, Thailand, and also in Japan and Korea. And we also have offices in MENA and in North America. This is all to show you how ambitious we are. You know, this company was created by engineers, and that's why our NDA is really about technology and creativity. We pay a lot of attention to the content. Everyone does nowadays, and everyone is fighting for the content, as you know. But technology is really a very important part of our business and of our, image, because we provide the best user experience everywhere. And that is what we'd like to share with our partners. In China, our business model is a little bit different. So in China, we have, AVOD and we have SVOD, and we also have streaming and e-commerce. So gaming, iQiyi is really famous for video and for gaming. And we have different kind of apps which are all built in one ecosystem. Somehow internationally, we're only about video streaming, we're about AVOD and SVOD. So we have so-called freemium model. And I have mentioned already that the technology is really hot of our company. So last year, we decided that we want to share with the market our experience, because we know that we have a very good platform. So if you want to have the technology of the level of the world's leaders, then we can provide you this platform with a very flexible terms and also in a very short period of time. As you know, 2020 revealed a lot of things, and we saw a lot of opportunities because we really wanted to help the companies which were trying to do the digital pivot, but they wanted to do it much quicker. They were limited either with the budget or with the content or just with a lack of talents. So this is where our white label solution comes into the picture. So what is our SaaS? Actually, our SaaS platform is a next generation video platform which is powered by AI and big data. We think that AI is very important nowadays. On the market, there are already golden standards, and the user wants to have this golden standard experience. And of course, all those standards, they're all related to AI to improve the user experience and big data to help you to drive the user, to retain the user, and to make your user happy. So all of that is provided by our SaaS platform. Why are we able to do that? As I said, first, because we have a very long experience already. Second, it's a permanent investment of millions of dollars. If we see that anyone on the market is ahead of us, we fix it. If we see that there is an opportunity for our business or for our user to enjoy the video streaming better, we improve it immediately. And also, last but not least, we have a lot of engineers, more than 3,000 engineers back in Beijing who are working permanently on the development of our platform. So our SaaS is actually a web and an app. And everything can be done from one single place. It's very intuitive. So I always, when I do the pitch for the clients, I always say that to build the video streaming with our platform is easier than to build a website, because it's really a very easy flow and it can be done from one single place. This SaaS platform can help you to build the video platform that you need. It can be for live streaming, and when I say live streaming, it can be events, because nowadays everything happening online, so it can be the concert, press conference, sport event. I'm also speaking about the traditional television channels, because some video platforms still want to distribute the traditional 24/7 services. And also, of course, I'm speaking about the VOD services. We provide all kind of VOD capabilities here. And we think that our app and our web allows you to deliver the best to your users. The monetization, of course, is the hardest part of the OTT business. There are a lot of OTT businesses nowadays trying to survive, or they're trying to fight. And maybe you heard already about the OTT war happening right now. And everyone is trying different kind of monetization. You've got SVOD. SVOD, for example, is Netflix or HBO or Disney Plus, which was launched recently. You've got AVOD, which is driven by advertising. And those platforms do not charge money for the subscription from the users. Or you've got TVOD. So TVOD is actually transitional VOD. Literally, you pay for every movie or every series you watch. You do not pay for the package or for the bundle. So we work with all kinds of monetizations. And it's up to you or up to the client to decide what kind of monetization they want to choose. They just need to tell us in advance, and then we will allow you to follow the project. Because the whole platform is completely white labeled. There is no sign of iQiyi, no logo, no brand. And the client owns the client, the user, and the data, which is very important. So for AVOD, so if you want to monetize the platform through advertising, you do it either through pre-rolls or mid-rolls or post-rolls, and we can do it as well. So what are the core features of our platform? As I mentioned already, AI is really hard of it. But we are all in one solution, so we're delivering everything to end. You don't need to, for example, hire another company to deliver some of the models. But if you still want to do so, and sometimes it happens, sometimes we have the request when the client wants to integrate the, for example, existing database, we still can do that. So end-to-end, all-in-one solution, and it can be delivered to you rather quickly. Playback, and also the content encryption, which is very important, especially nowadays when there is a lot of piracy, but I'll speak about it very shortly. So our solution is a multi-screen solution. We work with iOS, we work with Android, PC, Smart. We can integrate your platform in this set-top box, also called STB. And also we are launching the Smart TV application, because you know that the Smart TV is growing. I think that Huawei knows it better than anyone else. The transcoding can be done in different quality, and we even can transcode in VR and AR if necessary. And distribution is done through the CDN provided by Huawei. So this is where our partnership is coming in picture, but I'll speak about it very shortly in a few minutes. And also very, very happy about our playback. We have a very high speed playback, and it's also available on multi-screens. Actually, when we check the user experience, and we do it on a regular basis, we can see that our playback is really one of the quickest on the market. So in terms of the content marketing, because one thing is that, okay, you buy the content or you produce the content, and then you put the content on the platform. So what do you do next? Then, of course, you need to let the user know that the content is there. How do you do this? You do it through the recommendation. And we do the personalized recommendation, which is doable and possible thanks to AI that I mentioned to you earlier. So, for example, if I am a fan of the Japanese anime, then my recommendations, thanks to AI, will be different. Then, for example, my friend who is in love with Korean dramas, she would see a completely different set of content, and her recommendation page would be completely different. The landing page, so I mean, when you switch on your app, will be completely different for everyone. Because we help our clients to know the user and to know what they like. Because by improving the recommendation, we're going to help the user with the retention of the customer. And the retention is very difficult. So we are helping to acquire the user through different kind of methods. We reach the audience through various channels. And then we provide different opportunities, once again, to retain EDM, SNS, acquisition. All of this is done through SaaS. Because maybe you don't know, but the OTT business is a very difficult one. So you need to pay dollars to acquire the user, but then you need to retain the user on the platform, because nowadays the users are very capricious and they change their opinion very quickly. We all fight for the same time, 24 hours in a day, and for the same attention. So the user needs to be permanently entertained. And this is what SaaS can do for you as the business. So this is in a few words about our solution. As I mentioned already, we work with all kinds of screens, and everything is done through one click. So I will speak about it in a few details, but literally we're speaking about the video protection, the content management. Content management means that we allow you to bring the content, bring your content on the platform, to build the playlist, and the playlist can be done very easily. You literally put the series there, and if you want to call it, I don't know, drama, you call it drama. If you want to call it thrillers, you call it thrillers, and it's all done once again through one single app. And we also use this word that we really like a lot, intelligent, because our SaaS is really intelligent. So we use intelligent marketing and the intelligent analytics and intelligent search. All of that is helping you, once again, to improve the user experience. We are working with different kind of system integration. We can use SDKs and APIs. Actually, to be honest, I'm not a fan of this slide because it's too technical for me. But just to let you know that we listen to the client, and if the client needs to get the integration of SDK or API, we get adjusted to that very easily, and it can be advertised in SDK, Prospect SDK, or Big Data SDK, and so on. Our production, our video production, to be precise, is very intelligent. We use lots of little things, once again, to look, for the picture to look better, and for the user to enjoy the content. So, for example, we've got things like AI tag or Zoom AI. So what is AI tag? So think about it. How many times you were watching a video service and you decided to pick up a drama, you're watching it and you see this guy there, and all the time you're like, I know the guy. Oh, yes, what's his name? Then suddenly you remember his name, and then you're trying to remember in what movie you've seen him already. So honestly, think how many times or how many minutes you are trying to remember about the name of this guy. So to make your user experience better, our AI allows you to recognize the person and to give the information about the person. We can even recognize the object or the mood or the behavior and the character. So all this is saving your time, saving your energy, and it's just much more pleasant experience that not every video platform offers. I would like also to speak about the player. So we are very proud of our player. It's our own player. By the way, everything that I'm talking about, the whole platform, everything is developed and delivered by ourselves. We never use any third parties to do so. So why are we so happy about the player? Because our player is really the quickest player on the market. We are even quicker than some of our American competitors. And of course, it makes the user experience much better. And you know, when you choose from one content piece to another one, and sometimes you stay there in front of the black screen, we don't want it to happen. We want the user to stay there once again and enjoy. So that's why the speed is very, very important. Also, our user recognizes the speed of your bandwidth by itself. So it adjusts to the speed. And if the bandwidth is good enough for the HD quality, then the player will adjust to HD quality by itself. We also have some little gadgets, for example, chat and room, because depending on, you know, once again, what you're doing, right? Imagine that you are watching the event, the concert, or better, the sport game, and you want to chat, so the chat and room would be available. And also, we create 360 experience without any VR device. A very important thing to mention is that our player is very steady, because it's a problem. The more the video platform grows, the more issues there are with the player. So we want to be sure that the quality is permanently there. And that's why I was speaking about it from the very beginning. why I was highlighting our scalability is just because we know how to work with millions of users. So we can share this experience with you, and we can share this steady player with you as well. We also work the watermarks. So watermarks actually allows you to protect your content, and they also allows you to identify the content, so you can put the brand name there. Once again, iQiyi's logo is not going to be there. There is going to be only the logo of the client, of the video player. Watermarks also very helpful if you want to protect the content. As I mentioned before, the piracy is still a very big issue. And yes, everyone is fighting with it. But for example, you have some regions like Asia where the piracy is a permanent pain, though all the players are trying to fight with that. So the watermark will allow you to protect your content, and it will show that this is your property. And so it's very important, and it's very important for a lot of video producers because they really need to protect their content. Hey, we're getting to our partnership. So what is exactly the partnership between Huawei and iQiyi? Okay, we have two things in common for sure. We're both Chinese companies, and second, we're big Chinese companies. But on top of it, this partnership is successful because, as I mentioned before, we use Huawei's CDNs. What does it mean? It means that once we send a proposal to our clients, there will be the line for Huawei CDN. This price is defined by you guys. And if we sell SaaS, then the client starts using your CDN. And it means that your sales are going to increase. So the more we sell, the more video platform uses the content, the more revenue Huawei gets. Today, we use the cloud of Huawei here in Singapore. For a lot of clients, it's a very important point because they want to be sure that it's a safe place and a safe provider. So we give it all. But if necessary, we can provide the cloud also in a different country. Why it can happen? Just because, in some countries, the international traffic is still very expensive, or there can be some security issues, or there can be some government issues. So that's why we can provide also the local CDN deployment. So this is how our partnership looks like. And I need to say that I'm very grateful for Huawei team because they're very quick and reactive, and they never let you sleep. And they also bring lots of clients because you guys have more access to tech teams, CDOs, and so on, whereas us, we're more on different kind of partnerships with telcos and other businesses and content, of course, as well. So thanks to Huawei, we can improve the user experience. I know that I mentioned the user experience many times today already, but believe me, just think about it as a user yourself. So when you're at home on your couch and you're watching your videos streaming, you want to be sure that there are no bugs, you want to be sure that the speed is there, right? That you are enjoying it, that you don't need to call anywhere, and that the recommendation is coming right away after the end of your series. So all of that is very, very important. And actually, the analytics today, they say that the user experience is as important as the content. And even if you have the best movies or series, if the user experience is not there, the user is not going to come back. So that's why we're very happy to work with Huawei. thanks to Huawei, we can get the premium performance, and we can get the speed. So everything which is related to really the quickness of the app, which makes the clients happy. It's also thanks to you guys, and I'm really happy about the cooperation that we've got. I wanted just to say a couple of more words about the digital security. So I was speaking about the watermarks already. It's a part of digital security, but also we protect the content in a different way. We also call DRM. So DRM, literally, it's a system that allows you to encrypt your content. And we also have our own DRM that we develop ourselves. It's called DaVinci. But if for whatever reason, the video platform doesn't want to use our own DRM, we can provide other solutions. And there are solutions like, for example, Fairplay DRM, right? They are Hollywood-proofed, meaning that the studios based in Hollywood, they agreed to use them, and they do believe that the content can be protected. We work in China with all of the majors and all of independent studios, so we know how to protect the content, and we share it with our clients as well. And of course, all kind of security, for example, to not only to protect the copyrights, but also in case of a disaster or any accident, we're sure to have the backup solution. So we want to be sure that the content and the whole platform is still up and running. I wanted to speak to you about the case with Media Prima. So this was our first case where Huawei and iQiyi worked together. I'm speaking about the SaaS platform because, of course, we also have very big cooperation back in China. Actually, Media Prima case happened just when I joined iQiyi in the beginning of November 2020. And it was a very big learning curve, and it was a very interesting experience. So Media Prima is a big traditional business in Malaysia. They're all about entertainment, and they're all about the production of content for TV, radio, entertainment, and so on. But in 2020, they really wanted to have an important digital transformation because, they couldn't monetize their content because 2020 happened, right? And the cinemas were closed. So they decided to relaunch, to be honest, the platform called Tonton Cinema. And the business model that they chose was TVOD. Remember, transactional VOD? So meaning you pay for one transaction for your movie or for your series. So as I said, I came in November. We got the deal in the beginning of December, and the platform was up and running in the end of February. But I need to say that the platform was there already in 6 weeks. And then we were working on different bugs. We were trying to make it better. And then we had the soft launch. And then the commercial launch happened. So today the platform is available on the app, iOS and Android, and web. You can see some of the pictures here. So it's all about Media Prima production. And it's all about Malaysian movies. You are not going to be able to enjoy it anywhere because it's geo-blocked. We also provide the geo-blocking, of course, because it's one of the things we do to protect your interest and monetization. So this case wasn't that straightforward because they wanted to have end-to-end solution. But at the same time, they needed to integrate some local payment systems, and we do it. They also needed to integrate the existing users database, which was also a more complicated task, but we successfully delivered it. By the way, speaking about the payments, I haven't mentioned it before, but SaaS platform has all the major payments. We work with Visa, MasterCard, and of course with Google and Apple Pay. But if the client needs to have an integration of the local platform, then we will do that. It will require a little bit more time, let's say up to 1 month or 1 month and a half, but it's a part of the package. Because you know that in many countries today, you have the separate e-wallets and different systems. And of course, we are trying to support the needs of the clients. Because in many countries, especially here in Asia, except Singapore, the penetration of credit cards is very low. So it's very important to provide to the user the opportunity to pay with different means. So Media Prima was our successful case. We're very proud of it. We're now discussing phase 2. And we hope that their business is going to grow further because they're thinking about diversification of their business model. So we do hope that it will be a successful launch, and we, of course, wish them a lot of luck and prosperity. So I'm going to the final part of my presentation. What are our advantages? There are a lot of OTT players right now in the market. You have very big companies. Amazon now can provide you the solution as well. Or you have local companies that are very cheap solutions. You can go and you get some SaaS platform built either in Eastern Europe or in India. So why are we better than the biggest, and why are we better than the cheapest? So first of all, as I said, and I would like to highlight it once again, it's AI and big data. So AI, I mentioned already, it's all about user experience, and big data, it's all about knowing your user and monetizing better and delivering better. The more data you use, the more users you've got, the more data you've got, right? So from the very beginning, it's very low, but then your data is growing, and then you know the user much better. You know who is watching what, at what time, how long, what's the preference, and so on. And it allows you to build your content strategy or your product strategy and deliver it further. Also, it's all in one in all solution, and this solution once again allows you to speak only to us and avoid working with 10 companies at the same time. There are some solutions on the market that can deliver to you only the protection or only the player, but if you come to us, we can do it all, from the content operation, monetization, to the data analytics, as I just mentioned. It's zero development. We're going to use our team, impressive team, and we have, as I said, 3,000 engineers. It's very difficult to attract the talents, so we can do it all. And 10 years experience in OTT business, believe me, it's a lot. Because it's still a very young business, which is still growing. What about our price model? So our price model is pretty straightforward. So it has 3 parts. The first one is so-called setup fee. So it's one-off payment. Usually we charge it in the beginning of the contract, or it can be paid later. So it's about platform access, data migration, and other expenses that we might have. Annual license fee. This is something that we charge, as you understood, every year of the contract. And this allows us to maintain the platform, to update it, well, just allows the operation and the staff training, of course. Because before we launch the product, we work with the team. So we teach the team how to work with our platform. And if there are newcomers, new employees coming, of course, we're going to teach them as well. By the way, as our team is based in Beijing, we don't have a problem with the time difference because we're in the same time zone, and it's very convenient to talk our team if you are situated here in Asia. It's a very great comfort zone that you don't need to have very early or very late calls. So then we've got variable costs. So the variable cost depend really on the content and on the number of the users. Of course, the price changes with the growth of your platform. But the price is based in the way that the more users you've got, the cheaper you pay. So we define, for example, a unit, and this unit is declining, like, for example, the number of users, and that you will see that the price will decline. So this variable cost is all about content production and storage and IDC and user view fee. And of course, another part of the proposal is CDN. As I said, it's coming separately, and it is charged based on the traffic volume. And the CDN cost is provided by Huawei, so we do not manage it. So this is in a few words about our beautiful platform called iQiyi SaaS. We are very proud to deploy it on the market, and we are very proud to work on this project with Huawei. So we really hope that we will attract more users thanks to our platforms and thanks to your CDN, and it will help us to generate additional revenue for our companies. So, you know that there is an expression that the picture speaks the thousand words, and I know that I've been speaking here for a while. So why don't we share with you a little video? And we just like to give a little feeling of how our platforms look like. And I think when you're going to see it, you will understand how easy and intuitive it is. So it's a really short video, but I think that it explained it the best. thank you so much for sharing this time with me. I know that the time is very precious nowadays because there are a lot of OTT platforms fighting for it. So let's develop the OTT market together, and I'm really looking forward for further partnership between iQiyi and Huawei. And I really hope that we are going to have a pool of very happy and rich clients, because the more clients we've got, the more revenue we're going to get. Once again, thank you so much for assisting my presentation, and 谢谢